It's my first world tour. It's the first one I've ever done. And it's funny, after doing 9 albums, you realize you've never toured. And you're like, wow, it's something that I really need to do. And it just felt like the right time.
And the show is pretty much about you and your own life.
Everything I do is kind of, has to come from something that I understand. You know what I mean? You can't really speak on things you don't know. As an artist, I don't think, or as a singer, even as an actress or a performer, you have to have some point of reference, you know? And I feel like the show itself, since it was my first one, I think, you know, the fans were gonna want me to sing all the hits that they know, that they've never seen me perform live like that. They're also gonna expect it to be very much me, what they expect from me. And so I thought about what that was, you know, and I think they kind of see me as like kind of a Hollywood glamorous person. I said, okay, so that's how we'll open, and then we'll go to who I really am, which they also really identified, which is that whole kind of Jenny from the Block section, kind of the Bronx girl, which I've never really left behind. And then kind of go into what I'm known for as far as musically, which is singing about love. The message that I wanted to put out there was about, you know, everybody goes through hard times, which I had just been through a very rough year. And I helped write the song, because Enrique wrote the song Dance Again with Red One. But when I got it, I made it my own, because I needed that kind of song at that moment, you know. I needed to feel like I'm gonna dance again one day. I'm gonna live and I'm gonna love and I'm gonna dance again one day. And that's how I wanted to kind of finish it. That's the kind of message that I wanted people to go home with, you know, happy and hopeful. So that's why I end the show with that kind of party, Latin party section, which I think is a very big part of who I am as well. And so the overall show kind of encompasses all the different sides that I think my fans would want to see.
So I saw you taking notes at the back during the concert. What for?
I take notes every concert just because, whether it's lights or music, lasers, video content, the dancers, whatever, or Jen, whatever is out of place or needs to be fixed, or even if it's good stuff. So just kind of with everything, just because I have the creative eye for visual stuff, but then I have like a background in music too, so.
So you're hard on Jen?
Am I hard? No. She's, I don't have to be, because she's a perfectionist and she's amazing on stage, you know, by herself.
You're opening up so much on stage. I mean, you're singing about your entire life.
Yeah.
And obviously all your fans know about the 3 marriages, they know about the 2 kids, they know about you traveling with your boyfriend. I mean, how is that, what's it like opening up your heart like that?
You know, I'm just a person. I'm a girl like anybody else, any other girl out there who's looking for love and trying to get it right. I don't make excuses for who I am. I try to accept myself completely for who I am. That's part of loving yourself, and that's been a journey for me as well. I make mistakes. I keep going, keep trying to be the best person I can be. There's no shame in that, I don't think, as a human being, you know? It's okay, it's okay. And I kind of use those moments and the things that I learned to kind of share with other people. So I think you have to be very introspective when you're an artist, but also make yourself vulnerable at times. And that's a scary thing. It's not for everybody, by the way. I don't recommend it for everybody all the time.
Don't try this out.
Sometimes for me, it's also can be overwhelming. But I always just try to remember, you know, you're just a person. Just saying what you say and doing what you do and trying to be your best. And just keep doing that. It's been working for you so far.
What's it like being a mom, being on tour with Maximilian and Em on your side, but still, you know, what are you first and foremost? Is it being a mom, or is it being Jennifer Lopez, the artist?
Well, it's a balance. It's both, you know. I mean, the kids in my mind and in my heart always come first, you know. So as long as they're okay, I can be Jennifer Lopez. I can do what I need to do for work, you know. But I have to be both, you know. There's no way I could, you know, being that I'm on tour, not, you know, do my work. But at the same time, it's like if they're not okay and taken care of, I can't do my work. So it's like this crazy kind of balancing act of doing both.
But being Jennifer Lopez, the artist, how did that change when you had your kids?
Well, it changed everything because they make you feel something you've never felt before. And therefore, somebody like me who really thinks about things and really feels things very deeply, maybe sometimes too deeply, sometimes maybe that's what I do, makes you re-examine everything in your life. And because of the love that you feel, you just kind of understand it in a different way for the first time. And so it affected everything, and still affects everything that I do, choices I make, the way I see the world, what I will accept, what I won't accept. Whereas before it was different. Before that feeling, I was a different person. And so now it's affected me in a beautiful way. It's a blessing. It's a huge responsibility to being a parent, you know, and not just being yourself, you know, just running around doing whatever you want all the time, you know what I mean? But it's also a blessing because it takes you to another level, I feel like, as a human being.
So there was a moment tonight on stage where I almost think that I almost saw you cry, or at least that was my feeling in the crowd.
It's overwhelming.
Where you were just standing, just taking in the atmosphere of the crowd.
How's everybody feeling tonight? Yeah!
Tell me about that. What happened?
You know, in a moment like that, when you're on stage and you're just standing there and the audience is really showering you with love, is what it is. It's really an overwhelming moment, and it's easy to rush by it. And I think maybe before I would have maybe cut it off and kept it moving. But now I'm old enough and mature enough to appreciate those moments and just kind of stand there and take it in for a second and thank God, and which I also did on stage. It was like, thank you. It's an amazing thing to be able to do what I do and to have people feel moved and happy and joyous. You know what I mean? And they give me goosebumps, and I feel it, and I just try to be present and in the moment, and sometimes they will bring me to tears because it's a lot of feeling.